Welcome back to another episode of Voices from Grace podcast with your host Jake Stone, and today I'm here with
David Manescu from 4th grade.
David is our youngest author in the school, and today we're talking about what it takes to become a creative writer. Boom! Intro. Gata. Moving on.
Yeah!
Okay. All right, let's jump into a couple introductory questions, okay? Give me one of your favorite authors and why.
Roald Dahl, because he is very creative and he has a sparkling mind, and I really like the books he writes, especially Matilda. Like, I can't believe when I read it, I couldn't believe that I just read 150 pages in less than 3 hours.
So it was a fast read because it was interesting.
Yeah, it was really and weirdly interesting, and I really like books. Especially in summer, because when it's really hot outside, I simply just turn on the air ventilation and put myself on the couch and read a book.
That's awesome. You had mentioned sparkling mind. What does that help us understand what that means, a sparkling?
Sparkles in the head, like he's very creative with a sparkly mind. Many ideas come in and out.
Adică imaginație.
Yeah, imagination.
Okay. Have you ever, so you've written a couple books and we'll get to those soon. Have you ever thought about making a YouTube channel for your books that's just you reading the books? Does that make sense?
Well, I don't think that makes sense, but I can do informative videos about the books. Or maybe not. I don't think I want to do it because I simply don't want to.
Not even if it was just a picture of the book, each page, and your voice is on the top, like a voiceover narrative?
Oh, well, that is great.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Let's move on into our main topic of the day. So you've got a couple books here. One of them is in the school library. I want to know, what's one thing you do to plan your writing?
Moreover, when I finish watching movies, because that's when information and inspiration comes up in my mind and dances like crazy, hoping I would see them in my imaginary view and put it on my book.
Okay. So you don't make any plot line? You know what a plot line is?
Yeah.
Beginning of the story, you reach the kind of your rising, then you have the climax, which is like the big thing that happens, and then the resolution and the fallout.
Yeah, but that's kind of rare. But the more I go from chapter 1 to chapter 4, which I'm obviously writing right now, I do more of these.
You almost broke the rule there. You almost broke the Romanian rule. I'm proud of you.
With subtitles. I read them and I can't believe I know how to read them. And I moreover don't know how to explain myself when I'm speaking Romanian because I just can't pay attention to what I'm saying. But in English, it's kind of pretty easy.
You sound like me when I'm trying to say something in English and then I can't remember what I want to say in Romanian. And then when I go to say something in Romanian, let's not get into that. Okay, let's move on. As you can see, we are extremely creative and gifted on the artwork. The artwork is amazing, actually. Okay, so give us, the audience, the title of the whole series. The series book, it's one book with 4 big chapters, or what's the...
No, it's a storyline with storyline with mini episodes,
okay.
But as long as a 2-hour film.
So what is the name of the whole thing?
Chronicles of Castle.
Okay, Chronicles of Castle. So are you going George Lucas / Avatar on us, where you write the end of the story and then you fill in the gaps later, or are you working to? Because you said 7, you were at 4 right now, and you talk about 7.
I'm working on a railroad when the train is still approaching. Like, I can't go back because the train already passed there, and it wouldn't have sense if I would go back and fix the broken rail when I can just continue.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure if I understand what you just said, but I think I do understand what you said. You have 60 seconds to give us the title. Let's put a clock. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try it out on my watch here. I finally figured out how to work an Apple Watch. That's not a paid plug, by the way, for you English people out there. You have 60 seconds to give us the overall synopsis of this, the name, overall synopsis of the story.
Wait.
Breathe. You got this. All right, you ready? Un, doi, tres, și.
This is Chronicles of Castle, a really special book for me, which I don't write to become famous. I only write to fill up the emptiness inside myself. And the storyline is like, I've met some people and the mischievous criminal is in freedom and trying to kill us all, but we are trying to come up with a solution. And even an apocalypse started up, and we're trying to fix back the world. It was once good, and now it's bad. Like trying to stop the enemy that is obviously still causing many bad things. I'm trying to stop an enemy from destroying the entire world.
Folks, if you could see my watch, 53 seconds. That was amazing. I don't know how your internal clock did that, but you did it. David, we need to get you a digital tablet, a drawing tablet, so you can start digitalizing all your drawing.
No. I like drawing physically with markers and so writing. For me, a writer means a person that puts effort and passion into his book. Like if I did this digitally, like I just scoop out some Google photos, pack them one around each other, and call it a drawing. But no, that's not how I do it.
Hold on a second.
I grab some markers, a pen, and I start drawing. Like, if I don't do effort, I simply can't thank myself for doing it.
You know what I like about you? You are extremely passionate about what you do, and that's going to take you really far in life. I want to say, though, the digital pad... There's always somebody else.
And just keep this in the podcast.
Hey! Dutch, I'm doing a podcast. I might keep that, I might not cut it. All right, so look, let me explain something to you. So I'm a creative professional. I have more than 10 years of experience. I have a company in America where we do this. A digital drawing pad, this is where you still do the work. You are still digitally illustrating everything, but all your artwork becomes a digital printed format, and you can blow it up as large as you want. You can scale in, you can add all the details, and you can print that directly to pages. In addition, think about a digital, they're called Wacom tablets, and you can draw directly into the computer, and you have infinite amount of space. Pretty sweet. And it's saved. It's digital, so if something happens to it, and you can print it in any forms. I got one final question for you. What advice could you give to somebody who's thinking about becoming a creative writer?
Try to be as original as possible and correct your mistakes. That's why I'm writing every single story from my book with an ink pen. Okay,
so to recap what you said, basically I think what I'm picking up on is don't be afraid to put something down. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Write with the pen. If you have to change something later, you can go back, and be original. David, you are extremely talented. I'm excited that you took the time out of your math class to come here on the show to talk about your book, to talk here on the podcast. Thank you to those of you who are watching. We'll catch you on the next episode, and maybe you might be seeing this guy in the future. Maybe we'll talk about getting some publishing rights here in Romania. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's get out of here. Peace.